What's going on, y'all? So what's going on, y'all? Okay, so just in case you didn't know, now you know. Ashley added Star to the roster. Okay, I know. Back in the day when Star first came on, I was like, girl, I just don't see it for him. Okay, I just don't see it because Star, the actual character Star, that little hoe ass bitch used to get on my nerves. She got on my nerves like a motherfucker, and I feel like her karma is gonna come in this season because she is with child. Okay, shout out to the actress who play her, and shout out to Lee Daniels and them who did this because of the simple fact that they actually worked in her pregnancy because the actual actress who played her, I think her name Judith or whatever, she's pregnant in real life with her husband's baby. And instead of trying to like give her less scenes or try to hide her belly behind props and stuff like that, they actually worked it into the storyline. So I appreciate that because I can't stand when I see stuff like that. The main people who used to do that, go back in the day, Cosby Show. Remember when Claire got pregnant in real life and they always used to, they cut holes in the bed to make it seem like she was level so that her belly wouldn't show out. She was always holding something over her stomach, hiding behind this, hiding behind that. I can't stand when they do that in shows, but shout out to them. Okay. Yeah, I did have an issue with Star in the beginning, but then the shit started getting good. Okay. And I was just like, man, maybe I should just go ahead and review this because after High Heel got shot last season and then he fucked around and died. After Cassie came on, I have a love dislike relationship with Brandy, but bitch, I will give this bitch her props. This is one of the best things that she ever done. Put her ass on acting, okay? She would kill that shit, and she has been killing this shit, okay? Cause bitch, when she came through with Patti LaBelle, I fucking loved her character. Even though I feel like her character deserved to be beat the fuck down for what she did, but I feel like the show needs it, and I'm here for what's about to happen in this show. Of course, the little dude that was working, Elijah Kelly's character, who was working at Midtown Records, that his Midtown Records or whatever, he was up there stealing from her, and she was trying to kill him, and the bullet hit High Heel because he took the bullet for him and didn't even realize that the bullet wasn't even for High Heel, and he wound up dying later from it, and that whole dynamic, and then at the end of the episode of the season finale last season, we seen them two sitting at a table across from each other, and both them hoes pulled out a gun on each other. I was like, oh shit. And then we heard a pop. We didn't know what fucking happened. Okay. We was like, who the fuck shoot who? Okay. Then we realized that both of them was coming back. We already knew that. So obviously they didn't shoot each other. And then also what ended on another cliffhanger. They had a couple of cliffhangers in this episode, well, in this season, last season. You had Angel, who, was High Heels thought he was his uncle, but really wasn't. Lala was fucking around with him. He got deported. Simone and him got married, and then after that, you had the cliffhanger of what's her name? Oh my God, Alex was going to the airport to leave, and somebody else was going to the airport. It was like Alex and Cotton was going to the airport. They both was getting on planes to leave, and then all of a sudden they get this report coming out saying that it was a plane crash, and we didn't know which one got in the plane or who, if anybody got hurt or whatever. And all that was revealed this season. So, well, this episode with Simone at the beginning, we got all the girls coming back. Star, she did that disc record, right? It seemed like everything was gonna do good. Lance Gross ass then got into her head, put that disc record out, and just fucked everything up. Even though she didn't want to put it out, he went on ahead and put it out. So now it's dissension amongst the ranks. And then they start fighting on the stage doing a tour. So they got kicked off the tour. Star got put on the tour as a solo act. And it's just a whole bunch of mess. And within that whole time, when the show comes on, it's 3 months later. The girls haven't seen each other in 3 months. So I'm sitting here along with everybody else trying to do the math like I was left out on VH1 Behind the Story. Behind the music when she was like, it is time to do your math. Okay, now bitch, if we ain't seen you in 3 months, and when we seen you 3 months ago, your stomach was flat, tummy flat, And now all of a sudden, at the end of the episode, you want to let us know that you pregnant. And the whole time we can tell that you pregnant. I guess they was trying to ignore it and not fat shame the bitch or whatever and be like, oh bitch, you ate too many Twinkies and all that shit. Cause ain't nobody say nothing about it but Joyce ass, okay? Played by Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor, a goddamn fool. We'll get on that in a second. But nobody wanted to say nothing about it. And I said, girl, we can clearly see that this bitch is pregnant because ain't nothing else that big on her but that goddamn stomach. And you got her in baggy clothes, okay? Everybody know the tricks when you trying to have a pregnancy. I said, okay, girl, y'all want to do that? We gonna do that. We gonna play along for the night, okay? For the night. For the night. All right. Moving on from that, you know, she was still out there doing her thing. She's on this solo tour. And I was like, so 3 months they didn't see you pregnant. You was flat tummy tight. And now all of a sudden you look a good 5.5 months pregnant. I said, so that means when you was out here fucking up, getting drunk and all this shit, who the goddamn baby daddy, bitch? Who the goddamn baby daddy? And with Star at this point, that is going to be the question until we find out for this season. Who is the baby daddy, bitch? And with Star, god damn it, she got a list. She got a list. And that is so sad. You want to know what really disturbed me about this in season 1? Why I really didn't take to it the way that I should have? It's because these are young girls. These girls was doing all this shit and they weren't even 18 yet. Simone just turned 18. Okay? She just turned 18. She was a crackhead getting raked up, and that was fucked up because that wasn't her problem or whatever. In the system, alcoholic, addicted to this, addicted to that. Start out here being a little hoe and shit, you know. It was just like, oh my god. I mean, the shit does happen, but goddamn, you threw it all up in our face. But anyway, the episode starts off where it picked up last season. Left off last season with Carlotta and Cassie going at each other. Bitch. They fighting with the guns and shit. Put your gun down. No, you put your gun down. No, you put your gun down. And next thing you know, pop. Who the fuck got shot? All you hear is, well, damn, don't just stand there. Somebody call the motherfucking ambulance. Patty motherfucking LaBelle. They done shot the goddamn mama, okay? She laying on the floor like she about to say, oh, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Where's my life alert? Because I done busted up my goddamn hip, bitch. That's how Patty LaBelle was laying on there. He had her laying on there like a chalk outline on the floor like, bitch. They in the hospital. She said, which one of you bitches shot me? I said, girl, that is the question, okay? Basically, their little whole storyline is, you know, Cassie and Carlotta did have a talk. She was like, I'm sorry, I didn't try to shoot high heel, but the shit just happened. You knew I cared for him. I cared for him just as much as you did and all this stuff. Carlotta wasn't trying to battle stuff. You know, Cassie was trying to make up for it, but it's just words. You know, actions speak louder than words. You did something that is considered unforgivable right at the moment, okay? I need some time to go by before I can forgive that, you know? And so Carlotta basically said, fuck you, bitch, okay? And she was like, okay, girl, we gonna see about that. We gonna see about that. Come see about me, okay? Come see about me. Nicki Minaj. All right. But anyway, moving on from that, that is one of the songs I actually like on the album too. That is my shit, dog. Anyway, I can take, we're not finna get into it. We're not finna get into it. But anyway, I mean, it's music related too, but you know, when Nicki Minaj be trying to sing, sometimes I can take it, sometimes I can't. But for that one, I can take it. But anyway, moving on from that. What else happened? You know, so we see later on in the episode, I'm just gonna get they little shits out the way. We see later on in the episode that because Cassie is in her feelings or whatever because of the way Carlotta is treating her, Carlotta just about, you know, rid her off or whatever. You got the mama telling them, you know what? Because she said, why the fuck, when she get out the hospital, Cassie done brought her to the house or whatever. Why you up in my house? Why you bring this bitch? First of all, this is my salon. First of all, okay? This gun violence and stuff, sometimes back in the day, we had to bring up the guns and shit like that, okay? You know you old when you say pistol, okay? Patty LaBelle was like, you know, I had to use my pistol back in the day. I said, girl, okay, this ain't back in the day, though. This is a new time, new era, you know? But at this point, she was like, we got to heal this family. I'm trying to fix this family. And then we see Cassie go talk to Lance Gross, talking about some, I know this bitch done did you wrong or whatever. No, he did her wrong, but okay. You want to have it your way, we going to have it your way like Burger King, bitch. Okay. And it was like, you know what? I need your help. I need your connections because I'm finna start some shit. I said, bitch, what shit you finna start? You finna start your own record label and all that stuff? Speaking of record labels and shit, Midtown, what's her name? What's her name who pregnant by Hael? God damn. Carlotta Nemesis, who became her friend, her good girlfriend at the end of last season, played by Michael Michelle. She done sold Midtown to this dude named Mateo Ferreira. Okay? He sound like a chocolate. He do. Ferrero chocolate or some shit like that. That's what he sound like. All right. But I didn't see him. He didn't play in a lot of stuff. And he never been like a main character. But I didn't see him before. He looked like a Latin Robin Thicke with his hair like that and all that stuff. But whatever. He come through talking about some bitch. He basically about to get rid of Midtown. Okay. Mind you, Carlotta didn't turn Midtown around. Her shop is all getting all these promotion and stuff like this because I guess the girls having success. I didn't even know they had actually released the actual album. Okay, they getting success, Star getting success on the tour and all that stuff. Even though it's some rumblings and rumors going around that Star and Joyce, played by Tiana Taylor, they not getting along, get some catfighting and shit behind the scene. Star was on the little talk show like, girl, nah, that is what it is, and those just rumors. It's not true, whatever, and all that shit. So back to Carlotta. She trying to get shit together. She got the company in the black and all that stuff. Mateo want to come up in there and be like, bitch, we finna get rid of this. Okay, so thanks for what you did, but that was for naught. Okay, and what we about to do is get rid of this whole music scene because he finna turn it into his little fashion, gravity media type of stuff. Carlotta said, bitch, give me a few months. Okay, and let me show you. No, give me a couple of days. I'll tell you what it is that I need you to see about Midtown to convince you because he had this little party thing that he wanted to do. And he was like, I had this little engagement that I'm going to in a couple of days. If you don't, and I'm telling them about my plans, if you don't wow me to change my mind, well, Midtown gonna be gone. So next thing you know, they at the little party thing. Before that, Carlotta had worked out a deal. Carlotta worked out a deal to get, what is it? Sound South or whatever the fuck, that company to, sponsor a tour for 10 years or whatever. It's like over $200 million. Noah Brooks is on tour. Joyce is on tour. They and Star on tour. They doing this European tour together. Noah, he just got out of rehab or whatever. So he didn't get his life together. He was about to kill himself. And he was talking to Bruce, that's the wrong person. Miss Lawrence. He was talking to Miss Lawrence and told her, basically the person that came and stopped him was the person that he was trying to avoid for the past 10 years that, drove him to do alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. Because she was like, is you holding? He said, no. She said, is you holding? And he was like, okay, yeah, here. Come to find out it was his dad. Okay. The daddy played by Dean from Claws. I said, look at him. You better do your acting versatility up in this beach. Get these roles, ho. Okay? I got a summer show and I got a winter show. You better do that shit. I like that. Okay? But anyway, they doing all of that stuff. And, he got his life together. And he gets in his feelings because we already heard rumblings about Tiana, or I should say Joyce and Star going at each other. And then we see that actually Joyce and Star do hate each other. She don't like her because she called her thirsty thought. Star don't like her because she's a cokehead and all this stuff. It was giving me so much of the Jeremiah versus Tiana tease, okay? And Tiana, in this case, was being Jeremiah. Especially when they had that press conference and Noah was telling her, are we going to have a clean tour, okay? I need this tour to be clean. No nothing, no bullshit. And they come to the press conference. She lit. She got a cup full of lean probably or whatever. Next thing you know, she come out there with a gun because she won't start on the tour and all this stuff. And it just fucks up the whole thing because then the security try to get her to come down, grab her, the gun go off, and it was just a whole ass mess. And I said, girl, you trying to get this hoe off the stage and you fucking up your own image, okay? It's just a mess. And so the deal goes south. They take their money back. Mateo like, well, fuck that. It is what it is. And Carlotta was like, give me some time to show that you need. When they had the little business meeting, she still popped up. Okay, she popped up and she was Mateo was in a meeting in the midst of talking to these investors or whatever about, Gravity Media and all this stuff, hyping it up. And then she said, but what you really need to set it off is a music thing, because the music shit is real big right now. So you add that to your media part of this, and you can have Gravity Records and all this shit. And I'm here to tell you that's what Midtown gonna be, okay? Next thing you know, the girls start coming out there singing and dancing and doing their shit. Got everybody all hyped and whatever. And then Carlotta come up there and was like, look, Midtown Sound ain't no more. That's because we are now Gravity Records. Mateo sitting there with a duck dick lick on his face like, ain't this about a bitch? I said, that's how you fucking do it, Carlotta. You ain't finna sit down and just take this shit. You gotta go out there and take what you want, okay? Get the respect that you fucking need. Mateo said, since you done bum rushed me like this and put me on a motherfucking spot, bitch, okay? What you gonna do is, I give you 7 months to turn this shit around. Okay, she said, no, bitch, I need 6. That's it. I said, oh, you a little ambitious. Okay, you feeling yourself, Carlotta. Do that. But moving on from that, let's get into the shit with the girls. The girls, they got issues. Angel is in DR. Simone had came from DR. They do this little, you got Alex, I think she came back from New York or wherever she came back from. She's back with Derek. I said, wait a minute. So what happened to Miss Physical Therapist lady? That didn't last long. Okay, we knew that was a little rebound fluke. He just used that bitch to help him walk again, and Alex just came through and swooped her man back up. I said, that's what you do. That's what you do. Okay, she was like, bitch, I'd be damned if I let another bitch take what the fuck I put in. Okay. Okay, I was the one over here helping you, giving all you this emotional stuff. Even though I did some fucked up shit, lied about the pregnancy and the abortion and all that stuff. But goddamn, bitch, I put in a motherfucking work, and this bitch ain't gonna come through and take that shit, okay? He dusted her off and brought Alex right back in. I said, okay, that's cute. They getting ready to go to New York, and she about to live out there. They about to drive because Alex was on the plane, okay? And Alex is suffering from PTSD, and she's probably suffering from survivor's guilt. And I figured that out because when they was doing the flashbacks, there was multiple times where she was having flashbacks. In the first flashback she had was her actually on the plane after it had crashed or whatever. And then, we see that this girl comes up to her before the plane gets off, and she just goes like this. Oh my God, you're Alex. I said, bitch. Hold up. What the fuck you won't do is just come through and put your goddamn camera in my face and start talking all this stuff or whatever. Excuse you. And then another chick did that when they was at this little after party at the club. She just came across the mind you, the couch was this way. She came behind that couch and put that camera right up in Alex's face like, oh my God, Alex. Because Alex is really out there now, because after her plane crash, she done got a sponsorship endorsement deal for some shoes or whatever, so she's on every billboard here and there. And I said, y'all bitches is rude. And then when the motherfucker want to say, no, bitch, I don't want to take no pictures, what you doing is rude or whatever, all you had to do was ask and all this shit. Then you want to put out there in the media, on your social media and everything, saying that the stars and the artists is rude as fuck or whatever, because they had an attitude. No, bitch, say what you did. You put that camera down up in her face without even asking. Then little Bianca sitting there on the damn thing next to her just going off and like, yes, I seen what happened, girl. Y'all got into that fight. I understand. I'm Team Alex all the way. Star was fucked up for that. You should go ahead and put out a solo album. Alex at the point was like, look, bitch, could you just shut the fuck up? Okay, could you just stop talking? Bianca looked at her like, well, excuse the fuck out of me for being, all up into you and seeing somebody that look like me, a dark-skinned chocolate girl doing it for herself or whatever, being an inspiration for me, bitch, okay? I won't say nothing else to you. And called her about her last name. What's her name? I forget, but whatever the fuck, Miss So-and-so. I said, you can't see that you came off a little too much and you was doing too much. All you had to do was ask for a picture and just shut the fuck up. Then engage in conversation here and there. Not try to just go full on like I'm finna tell you my whole life story. Don't nobody want to hear all that shit, bitch. Okay? But anyway, what wound up happening is the plane crash. Alex get taken off and Bianca is still laying on the floor. And we don't know what happened to Bianca. And it seems as though the way that that scene with Simone, she was in a club. She was tired of everything. This is after they did the the talk show that Carlotta set up for the girls, and this is where they announced that they broke up. And Star was caught off guard because no one is talking to Star because they're mad at her, but they all both are saying that they miss her, but they can't stand the bitch. It's understandable because if you see Star, you get it, you know. Her way, she was way too ambitious, you know, willing to step over people, and she was just very selfish, okay? And so at this point, because like Simone told Star, you had a choice. You didn't have to go on that tour. You didn't have to take that deal. You didn't have to do none of that stuff. You could have, you was looking out for self, okay? And so at that point, you know, Simone, she sees this girl. She's on the phone with her, on the phone, just going off. And Simone just sitting there looking like, ain't this about a bitch? She said, girl, you okay? And she was like, no, I'm just, She was like, bitch, are you okay? Simone was like, no, girl, I'm not. You know, and then they was like, both of them said in unison, it's my husband. Because she just got off the phone with Angel, and you could tell that the chemistry ain't there no more. She misses staying home, and she don't want to go back down to the DR, as we found out she don't like it or whatever. And, you know, next thing you know, them two get out of there. I said, first of all, we in a day and age where we getting upset with these men's going out with these 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds, and then Black China going out with an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old. I said, what about the women's? Okay, because it's the same goddamn thing, bitch. She pulled the Black China because come to find out, Simone fucked this girl, okay? She woke up in her bed, so we implied that they fucked, okay? Come to find out, that's Mateo, the boss, the new boss wife. I said, bitch, that's the grown ass wife. That's the grown ass wife, and apparently Mateo and his wife, they into some freaky kinky shit. And I was like, well, if y'all both agree to it, I have no problem with it. Let me watch. Okay. But anyway, it was cute. I said, girl, do what you do what you gotta do. So she woke up and she had Alex come and pick her up, and Alex was just all upset, like, oh my god, girl, you should have told me what was going on, okay? Because I'm responsible for you. I should have stayed. I should have stayed. And she just kept saying that. I should have stayed. I should have stayed. And then she have a flashback to when she got pulled off the plane and Bianca was still laying on that floor hurt. And so I'm going to assume that Bianca didn't make it. You know, I'm just gonna assume that. But you know, Star and them had the girl sit down and say, regardless of what's going on between us, we need to come together and do this for Miss Carlotta, the woman who helped us out and all this shit. And that's how they ended up at the party singing and getting Carlotta, helping Carlotta out or whatever. And basically at the end of the episode, did I get everything? At the end of the motherfucking episode, no, I didn't. Derek was about to get ready to go. So I'm assuming, you know, Carlotta then told them, y'all want to go here and y'all want to go there, but baby, y'all still owe me a whole nother album. They was like, wait a minute, bitch, hold on. She said, no, y'all still under contract, okay? And y'all still owe me an album, and you got 6 months to do so. Baby, the end of the episode was Miss Derek's grandmama. She going to the window. She was like, I told this boy about leaving my window open. She go to close the window, and she turns around, and it's some raggedy motherfucking disgusting ass nigga up in her house. And next thing you know, he talking about some, take off all your clothes. I said, what? He said, take off all your clothes. Take off your clothes, because, bitch, I'm about to give you the ride of your life. I said, no, what we not about to do is this, okay? Because that shit does happen. That shit does happen. I see it in the news one too many times where people are out here raping older people, elderly people, and all that stuff. And I said, no, why we got to put this in here? I just was not ready for that. I was not thinking about that, and I feel so bad. That is just fucked up. Then we get Carlotta in the studio talking to herself as if High Heel, talking and holding a conversation with herself as if High Heel is there, you know, talking back. Bitch, that last scene took me out. It really did. But anyway, that was the episode, y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'm here for it. As you can see, I'm hyped. And let's discuss Star in the comments. All right. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.